Good evening, honored inductees and guests. My name is Claire Thomas, and I'm the president of Florida State College of Jacksonville's chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, Upsilon Eta. I would like to welcome you to this special occasion in honor of our members and inductees. We are here to celebrate their academic achievement and excellence. Please find a link to this evening's program in the chat area of our WebEx events platform. Please also note that we will be recording this event so that you and your loved ones can enjoy it in the future. At this time, I wish to recognize the faculty, staff, and administrators who are in attendance to support our inductees this evening. In addition, please join me in giving a special round of virtual applause to our distinguished college leaders who will be speaking this evening. Dr. John Avendano, College President, Dr. Marie Nagy, Vice President of Institutional Effectiveness, and Dr. John Wall, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. I would also like to recognize my fellow officers of the Upsilon Eta chapter. Vice President of Scholarship, Essa El Nasrallah, Vice President of Service, Lolita Miller, Vice President of Fellowship, Stephanie Serrano. Please join me in expressing our heartfelt appreciation to Phi Theta Kappa Faculty Advisor, Dr. Mary James, Faculty Advisor Emeritus, Dr. Henry Moreland, and Staff Advisor, Steve Miller.
At this time, I am honored to introduce Dr. John Avendano, Fscj College President and recipient of the PTK Distinguished Administrator, Shirley B. Gordon Award, and Michael Bennett Lifetime Achievement Award. Dr. Avendano will share words of wisdom for our new inductees through a pre-recorded video.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. John Avendano, President of Florida State College of Jacksonville, and it is my honor to be here with you virtually to celebrate our students and their remarkable successes. Their achievements certainly speak for themselves, but we are proud to have the opportunity to honor all that they have done by welcoming them into Upsilon Eta chapter of the prestigious Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Phi Theta Kappa, established in 1918, PTK for short, has more than 3 million members in nearly 1,300 chapters throughout the 9 nations. Florida State College of Jacksonville has proudly hosted Upsilon Eta chapter of PTK since the late 1960s. For nearly 25 years, Dr. Mary James has served as our PTK faculty advisor, in addition to her role as our esteemed chemistry professor. We value and appreciate the commitment, leadership, and mentorship that Dr. James provides to our student officers and the members as they work to honor the 4 pillars of Phi Theta Kappa, which are scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, these 4 pillars have become increasingly important for all of our students, our college, and this community that we proudly serve. Indeed, the pandemic notwithstanding, Phi Theta Kappa student officers and members have sought to exemplify the qualities of adaptability and persistence, the themes of this momentous occasion. Whether studying online together for the challenging chemistry exam or participating in virtual leadership training at our regional or national conference, or working together to better the lives of others through their Honors in Action service project, or simply enjoying the virtual cup of coffee between classes. Phi Theta Kappa students embody the principles of theologian John Wesley's famous call to action: do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. We appreciate your participation this evening as we celebrate the academic excellence of our students, and to our incoming Phi Theta Kappans, congratulations to you and to your family. On behalf of the entire FSCJ family, we thank you for your commitment to excellence and the opportunity to walk alongside you in your educational journey. I am a big fan of Phi Theta Kappa, have always been, have had 2 daughters who have served in Phi Theta Kappa officer roles. So I sincerely understand the commitment that it took to get you to this point. Again, congratulations to all of our inductees and to all of their families. Congratulations again.
Thank you most sincerely for your inspirational words, Dr. Avendano.
It is now my honor to introduce Dr. Marie Nagy, FSCJ Vice President of Institutional Effectiveness and the recipient of the prestigious Shirley B. Gordon Award and the Michael Bennett Lifetime Achievement Award. With a special focus on themes of adaptability and persistence, Dr. Nagy will deliver this evening's keynote address via a pre-recorded video.
Good evening, officers, advisors, inductees, family, and friends. Congratulations to those of you who will be inducted into the honored society this evening. Thank you for the honor of speaking with you this evening on the topic of persistence and resilience. I'm sure that I'm not alone in having life during the present pandemic as the first thing to come to mind. Persistence is defined as the continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. Psychology Today describes resilience this way. Resilience is that ineffable quality that allows some people to be knocked down by life and come back stronger than ever. In short, the ability to bounce back. I think most of us at this point in our pandemic experience could write or speak a paragraph or two about persistence and resilience, both in terms of experiences and lessons learned. I am sure for some of you, induction into Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, justice service, and leadership in PTK has been like a beacon in the distance that you could aspire to, especially in times of COVID-19. Perhaps it fueled your persistence and your resilience. The requirements to become a member, as well as the duties to perform as officer or advisor, certainly brought with them challenges and opportunities. A few years ago, when I attended my first PTK National Conference, I was awestruck as I sat with my mouth open in disbelief, half, if not most of the time. I listened to the stories of the students and the challenges they faced and overcame, persistence and resilience. But then I saw all these very smart, very accomplished students during breaks and speakers and program dancing in the aisles as if they didn't have a care in the world, as in, put your hands in the air like you just don't care. Quite symbolic of resilience. That year, I received the Shirley B. Gordon Award, and while all the work with all the students that I have interacted with over the years was tied up in that award, those moments, listening and watching those students, brought it all home to me. PTK is so worth the persistence and resilience that I think it often symbolizes. In the midst of the pandemic, those of you being inducted or enrolled in college at FSCJ, earning college credits, you have maintained a 3.0 or higher GPA and all the other requirements for joining PTK. And officers, you've met the requirements to become officers. And advisors and leaders, you have stood by these students as they've journeyed and persevered. I commend you. There is no shortage of individuals, writers, lawyers, doctors, actors, spokespersons who can tell you about the art and science of persistence and resilience. Here's some of those voices. The most essential factor is persistence, the determination never to allow your energy or enthusiasm to be dampened by the discouragement that must inevitably come. That voice is James Whitcomb Riley. Winston Churchill said that kites rise highest against the wind, not with it. From Nelson Mandela, do not judge me by my success, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. In any discussion of the attributes of successful people, persistence is always mentioned, often as the or one of the most important factors in success. Persistence is defined as voluntary continuation of a goal-directed action in spite of obstacles, difficulties, or discouragement. An individual's willingness to maintain focus and engage in sustained efforts to complete a task for the time required to be successful. One author writes, persistence is all about how I can muscle my way through, how I can live through it, how I can survive this, how I can prove that I can take more than the other guy, and how can I last with my stamina. Persistence needs a partner, wisdom, and perspective. Some goals are truly impossible to reach, and some outcomes are simply unavoidable. And it takes wisdom to know when to move on to something else. Think about people we've all read about who have persisted in spite of obstacles. Beethoven, who though he became deaf at age 30, composed most of his works. Helen Keller, blind from 19 months, became the first blind person to receive a Bachelor of Arts degree. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder, although blind, successful musicians. James Earl Jones, talented actor with booming voice, once a stutterer. Then Thomas Edison and his many attempts, Madeleine L'Engle, and the number of rejections she received before publication of A Wrinkle in Time. As you can see, obstacles and adversity need not stop you from accomplishing great things. If anything, courageous persistence is the one quality more than any other that can guarantee success. Here are some things that persistent people have in common that keeps them going long after most people have given up. All-consuming vision, reaching the goal becomes the focal point. A burning desire, really wanting to do something, no excuses. Inner confidence, while it may get shaken, it is never destroyed. Highly developed habits, stay continually motivated, believing strongly that everything they do will count towards the outcome in the end. Ability to adjust and adapt. Do not stubbornly stay on course when evidence shows the plan isn't working. Commitment to lifelong learning. Role models that act as mentors helps persistent people motivate themselves when in environments that are not always supportive. It is in being persistent, failing, and then trying again that you become resilient. Again, Psychology Today describes resilience this way. Resilience is that ineffable quality that allows some people to be knocked down by life and come back stronger than ever. Rather than letting failure overcome them and drain their resolve, they find a way to rise from the ashes. In a nutshell, resilience can be defined as the ability and tendency to bounce back. As much as resilience involves bouncing back from challenging, difficult experiences, it can also involve profound personal growth. Increasing resilience takes time and intentionality. Elizabeth Edwards states, "Resilience is accepting your new reality even if it's less good than the one you had before. You can fight it, you can do nothing but scream about what you've lost, or you can accept that and try to put together something that's good." And from Maya Angelou, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." From her poem, Still I Rise, a clear example of resilience, "You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise." Resilience is our ability to adapt and bounce back when things don't go as planned. Catherine DeVry writes in The Gift of Nature, "Like tiny seeds with potent power to push through tough ground and become mighty trees, we hold innate reserves of unimaginable strength. We are resilient." The resilient person does not wallow or dwell on the negatives or the challenges. They adjust, adapt, apply new strategies, and move forward. Resilient people are pragmatic, autonomous, have a realistic awareness of self. They are adaptable, optimistic. They demonstrate self-compassion and are socially connected. Hope is sometimes paired with resilience. It is a feeling we must develop and cultivate, but like faith, it is also a state with which we are graced. Hope can foster determination and grit, the ability to bounce back and to remain determined despite failures and setbacks when we make daily effort to change and improve what we can control. You have learned a great lesson in your experiences these last months, and while no one would have wished them on you, the lessons will stand you in great stead. You've learned that each difficulty is a challenge, not something that will stop you in your tracks. Inductees, you stayed committed to your goals and you worked on achieving your goal of being a member of Phi Theta Kappa and receiving all of the benefits and awards thereto pertaining. You understood what you could control, your learning and involvement in this program, and you were empowered and confident. You put your effort where it could have the greatest impact. You are committed to your goals and the pursuit of your dreams. As resilient persons, you know that you are the only one with the power and responsibility to find the diamonds when life is throwing you stones. I leave you with this poem, Don't Quit by Edgar A. Guest. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a fellow turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup, and he learned too late when the night came down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and when you never can tell how close you are, it may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worst, you must not quit. Stay persistent, stay resilient, and while being so, make a positive difference in your life and the lives of others. I know you will. You are PTK. I hope your dreams take you to the corners of your smiles, to the highest of your hopes, to the windows of your opportunities, and to the most special places your heart has ever known. Thank you.
Thank you for your poignant insights about adaptability and persistence, Dr. Nagy. Honored faculty, staff, guests, and fellow Phi Theta Kappa members, we will now proceed with inducting our newest members into the Upsilon Eta chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. These students have fulfilled all requirements for membership and have been selected because they have chosen scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship as their hallmarks. I do hereby recommend them for acceptance into the Upsilon Eta chapter of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society.
Students, you are about to be inducted into a scholarly fellowship that embraces community and state colleges, not only in Florida, but also throughout the nation and the world. The fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa, and your chapter is Upsilon Eta. Upon induction, you will experience among the members a spirit of scholarship to which you must dedicate yourself in order that the organization become meaningful to you.
I have in my hand a torch, symbolic of knowledge, which is the servant of wisdom, which dwells with the prudence and leads in the way of righteousness, in the midst of the paths of judgments.
I present to you this coronation as a symbol of our newly formed intellectual friendship.
Inductees, please virtually repeat after me. I do solemnly promise on this 21st day of May, 2021,
I do solemnly promise this is the first day of May 2021
to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa
to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa
and to make the object and aim foremost in my mind.
and to make the object and aim foremost in my mind.
And I do solemnly pledge allegiance to my fellow members
And I do solemnly pledge allegiance to my fellow members
and promise to aid them in all worldly endeavors.
and promise to aid them in all worldly endeavors.
On behalf of the Upsilon Eta Chapter, it is my pleasure to welcome you into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and its lively fellowship of scholars. As we salute you and your accomplishments, we challenge you to search always for truth and to dedicate yourselves to the cultivation of a well-reasoned life, the prelude to service and honor.
At this time, we proudly present the over 500 FSCJ members of Phi Theta Kappa.
We are honored to present each distinguished inductee with a virtual torch of wisdom and the incarnation as a symbol of our friendship.
Thank you.
Congratulations, inductees and fellow Phi Theta Kappa members. Welcome to the Upsilon Eta family. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce our Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. John Wall, who will deliver this evening's closing remarks.
Thank you, Claire. And before addressing our new inductees, I first want to express my thanks to everyone who made tonight possible. So thank you to Dr. Seesvols and her team, to our IT team for all of their technical support. I also want to thank Claire, you, and all of the PTK officers for their engagement, not only in tonight's event, but for your leadership of this outstanding chapter. And most especially, I want to say thank you to our faculty and staff advisors, Dr. Henry Moreland, our advisor emeritus, Mr. Stephen Miller, our staff advisor, and Dr. Mary James, who made a cameo appearance tonight, who is the backbone, long-standing backbone of this outstanding chapter. Thank you to all of you for not just tonight, but for all the work you do for the chapter. And now, a final word to our new inductees. First of all, congratulations on your induction. Please know that we take great pride in your accomplishment. It reflects so well on the college and on you as well, so thank you for that. And more importantly, I know that many of you are sharing this moment tonight with family and friends who support and celebrate you. So please make sure to show them the appreciation for the support that they've given to you along the way as they celebrate your accomplishment tonight. An event like tonight evaporates so quickly, and so what I'd like to do with my closing comment is try to give you something to hold on to and maybe put just a little bookmark in your brain. What I want to suggest to you as we leave tonight is that there are two sides to tonight's induction, kind of like a coin. One is like the tails of the coin, reflecting on where you've been in order to get to this accomplishment. It's what has gone before, and I hope that you take time tonight or this weekend to look back and reflect on all that you did to make this great accomplishment. Then the other side is the head of the coin, the side that looks forward. Beyond celebrating what you've done, I hope that you also see tonight your induction, and I hope your engagement with Phi Theta Kappa as a launching pad for that next set of accomplishments that I know that you have on your to-do list. And when you are challenged, I want you to hold on to tonight and flip that coin back over and recall Dr. Nagy's words about resilience and its importance in moving forward. When you need to, flip that coin over and feed your resilience. Remember that you know that you have the right stuff to achieve and accomplish your goals. Congratulations to each of you, and good night.